Welcome back to another video with no new world to play on stream until this weekend's beta testing on September 13th through till the 16th, and the full attempted re-release of New World Aeternum scheduled for October 15th. I've been looking around for other games to play on stream to fill the gap. I've tried the likes of Once Human, Polworld, Enshrouded, Last Epoch and the Return to Moria this year, but since the start of August I've jumped back into an MMO I first played when I was 14 or 15, The Lord of the Rings Online. The game is available to download for free from either Steam or LOTRO.com, and you can play on any of the standard servers such as Evernight completely for free. However, I've been playing on a brand new Fresh Start Legendary server since the start of August. To play on these Legendary servers, you do need to subscribe to the game, which costs £8.99 a month, or cheaper if you subscribe for 3 months or 6 months at a time. So the Lord of the Rings Online have added 2 new Legendary servers, as they call them. Angmar based in the USA and Mordor based in the EU, along with new 64-bit technology, and this is currently the only EU-based server that LOTRO has. If you have a better ping to the EU and maybe you've played this game in the past and experienced lag or rubber banding, then this will massively help to reduce or in most cases eliminate those issues. I'm from the UK, so I've been playing on the Mordor server, and the peak population seems to hover around 1,500 to 2,000 players, all logged on at the same time in the EU late afternoon and evenings. Plenty of players to play with, bringing back so much nostalgia. So these servers work similar but not exactly the same as, say, World of Warcraft Classic. It's the base game, which is called the Shadows of Angmar, and has a player level cap of 50. The next expansion will be the Mines of Moria, which will see the level cap upgrade to level 60, but there is no exact news of when Standing Stone Games will add the expansion to these servers, but most likely will be in the next couple of months. The balancing compared to when the game first launched in 2007 isn't exactly the same, and you do tend to be a bit overpowered now compared to what it was like when the game first launched, but for open world landscaping, there is a vendor in-game that you can visit anytime and reset whenever you feel like it that allows you to scale your difficulty from level 0 to 10. Once you enter group dungeons or raids, then all players play at the base difficulty. I've been having massive amounts of fun playing through a fresh character, starting in the Elven area Celendim, located in Ered Luin, moving into Breelands and using the in-game chat channels. It's so quick to find full groups to do dungeon runs like the Great Barrows. After Bree, questing over in the Lone Lands and again grouping up for more dungeons like Garth Agawen really throws me back into 2007. Eventually I ended up all over Middle-earth, leveling up and going through areas that you both do and don't see in the movies, in a truly open world, immersive online version of Middle-earth, which no other Lord of the Rings game can compete with. This game has all of the races you can expect to find playable from Tolkien's writing, including men, elves and high elves, dwarves, stoutaxe, hobbits and river hobbits, and even Beornings. The classes are split up into your usual DPS, healer, tank and support DPS roles, giving you the options of Beorning, burglar, brawler, captain, champion, guardian, hunter, lawmaster, mariner, minstrel, runekeeper, my current personal favourite, and finally, Warden. All classes are given a choice of 3 skill trees, so you can fully customize your build and play your class both the way you'd like to, and to fit in group compositions for dungeon and raid content. This MMORPG also has all of the usual features you'd expect, like player trading, auction house, player housing, mounts, transmog, solo, group and raid content, specific titles from the accomplishments you achieve in game, music playing, and multiple immersive dungeons and endgame raids that you can collect various sets of gear. Also, something different compared to the base game that launched in 2007 are these randomly spawning wraiths that can appear at 3 different tiers of difficulty. These can appear whilst you're out anywhere in Middle-earth and can add a fun new mini challenge along with dropping materials you can later hand in Esteldin for a set of plus hope gear. The Standing Stone game devs also manually spawn in World Boss event Nazguls, which may sound fun, but this is sadly something the servers cannot yet handle with several hundred players all coming together at the same point to try and defeat. I've already put so many hours into playing this game on stream, and it came at the perfect time with New World being dead, and no other MMORPGs currently releasing fresh or new content that I'm interested in. I first played as a hunter to level 50, as this was the first class I played back in 2007, but not long after trying to get into some tier 2 Thrang runs, I found not many players approved of having a hunter DPS in the group. Along with messing up my virtues, which are your passive buffs in Lord of the Rings as I was leveling up, I then decided to make a second character and moved over to the Runekeeper so I could both main DPS and main as a healer. Playing the Endgame dungeons has brought back so many memories of this game, and looking around, the graphics actually hold up even though the game engine will have its limitations. Obviously this isn't Unreal Engine 5. We played through Karn Dum, Urugarth, Heligrod, Anuminus, and my all-time favourite, the Rift Raid, which has multiple bosses in the lead up to the final boss, a Balrog. Plenty of mechanics to deal with to keep the fights interesting and fun, and some of the best gear for your character can come from this Rift Raid. I almost forgot to mention the crafting in this game. You can now choose 3 different crafting / gathering options as opposed to when the game first launched you. We're stuck with the 3 crafting options bundled together. The crafting in Lord of the Rings Online is worthwhile, with almost every profession being able to make items that are valuable on the auction house to sell to other players. This leads me onto the quality of life elements in this game that were not there when the game first launched. With World of Warcraft Classic keeping to the true grindy feel of when that game first launched, Lord of the Rings Online leaves in all of the quality of life that the developers have added to the game over the last 17 years, which does make the game a lot easier to pick up if you're going to be trying this game out for the first time. I want to mention the developers of the game as well. Standing Stone Games have stuck with this game over the years and update the game weekly and add multiple different in-game events and seasonal events, along with patches, hotfixes and new expansions, keeping the story going along with adding all new areas to fill out Middle-earth. Overall, in my opinion, if you're either an MMORPG fan or a Lord of the Rings fan, then I think you should consider giving this game a try, and you could even drop my Twitch channel a follow and come over and check the game out that way, where I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday from 5 PM BST. Hopefully you've liked this video, and if you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel.